Donald Trump will be the 47th President of the United States, this time with J.D. Vance as his vice president. Can you believe it? America sure loves a comeback story. Let's dive into what this new Trump presidency could mean for your finances. The failed assassination attempt on Trump is a sobering reminder of how fragile life is. Now that the election has concluded, I hope both parties can work together to heal and strengthen the American spirit. As investors, maintaining a calm, rational approach is essential. Emotions can easily cloud judgment and lead to suboptimal decisions. Now is the time to think strategically about what policy changes might mean for your portfolios and financial plans. Don't get caught up in all the noise. Let's focus on what we can control, our own financial decisions. Now, I'm not saying to go all in on stocks because Trump's back in the White House. Remember, I don't give hot stock tips. But history tells us that the market tends to do well under Republican presidents. Could we see a bull run in stock prices? It's certainly possible. Trump's policies, particularly his tax cuts, could lead to increased corporate profits, which could fuel a stock market rally. But don't get carried away. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't make rash decisions based on who's in the Oval Office. Instead, stick to your long-term investment plan. If you don't have one, now's the time to create one. And remember the golden rule of investing, dollar cost averaging. Consistently invest a set amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of market fluctuations. Tune out the noise and stay focused on your long-term goals. Now, let's talk about those big tech companies, the ones everyone loves to hate. You know who I'm talking about? Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Meta, Tesla. They've been on a tear for years, and some folks think Trump's return could mean even bigger profits for these giants. Trump's not as concerned about monopolies as some other folks. He's all about letting businesses do their thing, which could translate into a more favorable regulatory environment for these tech titans. If you own these tech stocks, you might want to hold on to them. They've been solid performers, and there's a good chance they'll continue to grow under a Trump presidency. But remember, diversification is key. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different sectors and asset classes to reduce your risk. If Donald Trump were to return to the presidency, it could have a range of implications for Tesla and Elon Musk, given the various policy areas that might affect the electric vehicle, EV industry, technology, and Musk's other ventures like SpaceX and Twitter X. Trump's previous administration reduced environmental regulations and incentives for renewable energy and electric vehicles, often promoting fossil fuels over green energy. A reduction in EV tax credits or subsidies could make Tesla cars less affordable to consumers, potentially slowing sales growth. Trump's trade policies often involve tariffs on imports, especially those from China. Increased tariffs or trade tensions could affect Tesla's supply chain and production costs. Trump was a vocal supporter of space exploration, founding the U.S. Space Force and increasing NASA's budget during his previous term. This aligns with Elon Musk's ambitions through SpaceX. Trump has been critical of social media censorship and has advocated for changes to Section 230. Since Elon Musk now owns Twitter X, a Trump presidency could create an environment that favors platforms with fewer content moderation policies. Trump's previous administration was generally deregulatory, which could mean fewer constraints on technology and automation initiatives. This would affect Tesla's development of autonomous vehicles, AI, and other tech innovations Musk is pursuing. Trump has favored corporate tax cuts in the past, which could benefit Tesla's bottom line and Musk's personal finances. A Trump presidency is likely to bring market volatility, as his policies and statements can have unpredictable effects on stocks. Market reactions could influence Tesla's stock price. Overall, a Trump presidency would likely present both challenges and opportunities for Tesla and Elon Musk. While there may be policy-related challenges, Tesla's global footprint and Musk's influence could help them adapt to a Trump administration's policy landscape. Let's talk real estate, folks. Trump made his fortune in real estate, and some folks are betting that his return to the White House could be good news for this asset class. Now, I'm a big believer in owning real estate. It's a tangible asset that can provide you with a place to live, generate rental income, and appreciate in value over time. And with Trump's focus on economic growth, we could see a boost in the real estate market. Lower interest rates could make it more affordable for folks to buy homes, driving up demand and prices. Plus, Trump's policies could lead to job creation and wage growth, putting more money in people's pockets to invest in real estate. If you've been considering buying a home or investing in rental property, now might be a good time to crunch the numbers and see if it makes sense for you. Remember, real estate is a long-term investment. With patience, discipline, and a little bit of luck, you can build wealth and achieve financial security through real estate. All right, folks, let's talk about the cornerstone of the American dream: hard work. Trump's a big believer in it, and his policies reflect that. With lower income tax rates, you get to keep more of your hard-earned money. That's more money in your pocket to save, invest, and build a brighter future for yourself and your family. Now, I know some folks are skeptical. They think tax cuts only benefit the wealthy. But here's the thing. When businesses have more money, they can reinvest it in their companies, create more jobs, and pay higher wages. So, how does this impact your finances? Well, for starters, it means you need to be even more diligent about saving and investing. With more money coming in, it's easy to let lifestyle creep set in. Don't fall into that trap. Instead, take advantage of these lower tax rates and supercharge your savings and investment plans. The more you save and invest today, the sooner you can achieve financial independence and live life on your terms. All right, folks, let's talk about those risk takers, the dreamers, the entrepreneurs out there, the folks who are building the next big thing, the next Apple, the next Amazon. Under a Trump presidency, these folks might just get a boost. See, Trump's all about cutting regulations and unleashing the power of the free market. That means less red tape, fewer hoops to jump through, and more opportunities for startups and small businesses to thrive. Now, investing in startups is inherently risky. Most of them fail. But for those that succeed, the rewards can be enormous. So if you're feeling adventurous, you might want to consider allocating a small portion of your portfolio to startups and other speculative investments. Just make sure you're not betting the farm on a long shot. Now let's talk about something that makes my blood boil: sitting on a pile of cash. Some folks think it's the safest thing to do, especially during uncertain times. But let me tell you something, cash is trash, especially in a Trump economy. See, when the economy's growing, inflation tends to rear its ugly head. And when inflation goes up, the purchasing power of your cash goes down. That means your money is literally losing value every day it sits in the bank. So, what's the alternative? Investing. Putting your money to work in assets that have the potential to outpace inflation. Stocks, real estate, even a well-diversified portfolio of mutual funds. These are all better options than letting your cash rot away in a low-yield savings account. Now, I know some folks are risk-averse, but let me tell you something. Inaction is a decision. So don't be afraid to put your money to work. Invest it wisely, diversify your portfolio, and watch your wealth grow over time. All right, folks, let's talk about something near and dear to President Trump's heart: America. He's all about putting America first. And that includes encouraging folks to buy American-made products and invest in American companies. Now, I'm all for supporting American businesses, But as investors, we can't let patriotism cloud our judgment. We need to make smart, rational decisions based on facts and figures, not just sentimentality. Companies involved in domestic manufacturing, infrastructure development, and energy production might benefit from his policies. That's why it's crucial to do your research, diversify your portfolio, and consult with a financial advisor before making any major investment decisions. Just remember to keep your head on straight and don't let emotions dictate your investment strategy. Alright folks, let's talk about a sneaky little devil that can eat away at your wealth: inflation. Remember that monster I mentioned earlier? The one that makes your cash less valuable over time? Well, it could make a comeback under a Trump presidency. See, when the economy's booming, prices tend to go up. It's just the law of supply and demand. And when prices rise faster than your income, you lose purchasing power. So, how do you protect yourself from this silent wealth killer? By investing in assets that have the potential to outpace inflation. Think stocks, real estate, commodities, even things like gold and silver. Now, I'm not saying to go all in on gold bars and bury them in your backyard, but having a small allocation to inflation hedging assets can help protect your portfolio from the erosive effects of rising prices. Inflation is a real threat, but it's one you can mitigate with smart, strategic investing. Look, the reality is that whether a Democrat or a Republican is in the White House matters less for your investments than you might think. The biggest factor in your ability to grow your wealth is you, not the president. Ultimately, every US president is a power-hungry patriot who's trying to do what's best for the most number of Americans. If the president does a poor job, thanks to our democracy, they will be voted out. The beauty of our system is that the people have the power. The failed assassination attempt on Trump is a good reminder to try to be good to others. Life is precious, yet fleeting. We have more in common than we think.